Yo, good morning, everybody. So I'm coming a little bit earlier than normal, 6:30 a.m., but the last couple days have been really busy. And, that's one of the things I really want to emphasize this morning is that, even though things are busy, we still have to eat well. So one of the things that's come up over the last 2-3 days is quick, easy meals and snacks on the go. So that'll be the next two videos that we'll be sharing. But since we're at the weekend and we're at the first weekend of this program, we need to see how you did this week. So we're gonna have a couple different things. So first of all, there's a report card. So this is what I want you to think is like, out of 5 days this week, if we were in school and we only had 4 good days, that'd be at 80%. If we only had 3 good days, that would be at 60%, and now we're at a failing grade. So some of you, this is the very first week you've integrated into either like intermittent fasting or for low carbohydrates. So like this is new. So the first thing you have to do is like give yourself at least a day's break. So we're gonna base our decision off of 4 days here. So we're gonna throw 1 day away. So you had 1 day that was off, and we'll take 4 other days. So out of Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, or whatever 4 days you wanna put together, how did you do? Do we get 100%? Do we have 4 remaining good days? Did we have 3 remaining good days? So it's a 75%. But here's the way that I want to look at it. So when you're looking at like the couple different things, it doesn't mean like a whole day was great or a whole day was horrible. It means maybe you weren't prepared for a dinner and so you ended up doing fast food. Well, I wouldn't count that as a good day. Or you weren't prepared and you went and you had something that maybe wasn't like a normal snack. So maybe you had a Snickers, a candy bar, an ice cream, or something that was left over from Halloween. I wouldn't count that as a good day. So when we're looking at like how many good days versus bad days, you just kind of want to break down a ratio. And over the course of 7 days, like when you actually look at your week in a snapshot, or when you start to look at 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and you really start getting away from things and you like look back at it, you're like, I was good 6 out of 14 days. Well, if you do that math, it's probably going to be somewhere around 6 times 14. You're like at 85 to 90%, I'm pretty sure. And actually, you're probably above like 90%. So when you start looking at these things, like you start looking back at how many good days versus how many bad days. And so a lot of times what happens is like we'll put in 4 days in a row, but don't realize that we had 5 days awful previous to that. And we're like, but I've been so good the last 4 days. But it's like you do 4 divided by, the 9 days, and it's like you're 40-something%. So we have to look at big picture when it comes to nutrition. So that's where the next point gets you into, I want you to look at big picture with cheat meals. So even if you didn't do amazing this week, but you did good, okay? So let's take good as the baseline this week, and next week we'll inch it over to great and beyond. But let's say you did good this week, and you are craving something, whether it's a hot dog and fries, or it's a ice cream, or it's, I don't know, whatever your thing is, like there's gotta be something that you've been missing, because like we just changed a little bit of the way of your eating, the last week. So like whatever it is that you're missing, I want you to plan to have that either tonight or tomorrow night. And so we're gonna talk about the ground rules of cheat meals right now. And again, when we look at big picture, like if you're trying to lose weight and hit like a goal deadline in the next 3 or 4 weeks, no cheat meals, like lock it down, let's go. But if you were looking at this for a long-term, sustainable, healthy life cycle, like think about this. Like when they give you a flu shot, what are they giving you? They're giving you like a micro dose of the flu so that your body builds immunity to it so that you can, hopefully avoid it when it comes up in the future. Well, that's what we're going to do with cheat meals. It's going to be like your cheat meal antibiotic, or not antibiotic, but vaccine. And so all I want you to do is have some of what your favorite food is tonight, but have it in conjunction with your new healthy meal layout. So if you've been incorporating more salads, still do a bigger salad, but have that food that you're missing. If it's something where, whatever, I'm not gonna get into too many details because then this video gets so long, but you know what it is. So even if it's the worst thing in the world, even if it's, brownies with ice cream or whatever, have some of it, okay? Maybe if your previous portion was this big, maybe tonight you have a smaller portion. But the whole idea is like you need to look in retrospect of how good was the week and how am I going to do going forward. If you know that this next week, like you're going to lock it down and you got it set, then go ahead and have something that might be a little bit off tonight or tomorrow night, okay? So here's the ground rules for the cheat meals. You gotta have them planned. That's the first part. The second part is I would always try to intermittent fast on your cheat days, or cheat meals, sorry, I don't wanna call it cheat day, your cheat meals. That way you can have at least a built-in calorie deficit of your morning of say 300, 500, 700 calories, so that when you do eat that bad thing tonight, it's not so bad and they kind of offset each other. So that's the first and second. The third thing is like, I wanna make sure that you still have like all your normal foods leading up to it. So like to me, the ideal thing before any type of cheat meal would be have a protein shake, drink some water, and then just make sure you're having some sort of serving of vegetables included either before or with your cheat item. Does that make sense? So maybe if it's like, burger and fries, probably like a double type cheat right there. But have that big salad first so that when it comes time to eat the burger and the fries, you can't eat as much. And maybe what you do then is you cut that burger in half, you separate half the portion of your fries, and now you have two different meals that you can break up over Saturday night. Is a little bit of burger and fries. Saturday day or Sunday night, is the other part of the burger and fries. Does that make sense a little bit? So the whole idea is now we're starting to eat the foods we like. We're going to create some buffer and some filler in our stomach so that we're not as full to when we eat, or not as hungry when we eat it, and we get full quicker. Then we're going to take half of it, we're going to use it for the next day. Did I lose you yet? Cool. The next thing is, no matter what you decide to eat, no matter if you have an extra bite than what you planned, you can't have guilt. So that's rule number 4. Number 5 is when you're going through and you're actually sitting down to eat your meal, be in the moment. Like, you just worked your butt off for this whole week. You made sacrifices. You did all these things and you went without your favorite things. So while you're eating your favorite things, be in the moment. Don't be scrolling through Facebook wondering what conspiracy theory is coming out or who's got more votes or who's got this. Stupid! Don't do it. Don't worry about what TV show's on. Don't worry about anything else. Eat, look at the food, smell the food, taste the food, but experience it and enjoy it. Too many people treat food like poison, punishment, and all these bad things. And yes, there's all sorts of crazy chemicals in our food these days. And yes, it's addicting, but I'm not that foo-foo guy. Like, guys, I know realistically we're going to have to eat something that's not like grown from a farm or whatever at some point in our life. So again, just like that vaccine, have a little bit of it, enjoy it, don't guilt yourself too much, and then tomorrow, move on and have no guilt. The very last thing I want to mention is about when you have these cheat meals. You might have worked your ass off now to get down 1 pound for the week. And now tomorrow you weigh yourself and you're up 3 pounds. Did you eat 3 pounds of food tonight? No. Just remember that whenever you're eating some off foods, off diet foods, things that aren't typically part of a normal routine, you're going to have excess sodium, you're going to have excess sugar, and you're going to have excess carbohydrates. Those 3 things together all absorb water in order to digest through your system. So what does that mean in the morning? You're going to be a little heavier because of water weight gain. But it's not going to mean anything in the long run. Because again, we're looking at big picture. We're looking at the next 60 days, get yourself healthier, integrate good habits, make sure you have like a good, healthy lifestyle moving forward. So don't let it beat you up. If anything, put on a long sleeve shirt tomorrow morning, go for a little bit longer walk, then go to church, breakfast, whatever the heck you have for your Sunday morning. All right. So don't beat yourself up, guys. This is cheat meal day. Have something. I always recommend at the end of the day, just because if you eat in the middle of the day, then you have an excuse to eat that other half of the burger and fries later or whatever the situation may be. So I always try and make it my last meal of the day, but you guys can do whatever you want. But this is what I want out of this. Let me know in the comments how you did. Out of 5 days, how many days did you do good? If you want to make it out of 4 days, how many days did you do good? And then also let us know what your cheat item is going to be for today. So thank you guys. Barbara, I see a few other people tuning in, but it's not showing me their heads. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know this is a little bit earlier than normal, but like, let's kick this day's butt. Let's get it started on the right track. Now that you heard my voice, make sure you keep fasting through the morning and try to make some low carb choices today. See you guys. Have a great one.